Hello warriors and weirdos, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today I'm bringing you another double AURORA reaction. We're going to be checking out live performances of the songs Exist for Love as well as Queendom Come. If you're a follower of mine, then you'll know that I've already checked out the music video rendition for Queendom Come, but Exist for Love is a new one to the channel, and as always with AURORA and especially her live performances, I'm excited to hear what she has in store for us today. But before we dive into the music, let's please thank Conrad the Tuneful for making this donation request. As always, Conrad, it means the world to me to have your support and you sharing the music and love of AURORA and the rest of us warriors and weirdos out there. So really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Now, let's jump in. She emulated that perfectly.
They say there is a war between the man and the woman.
Oh, that's catchy.
I've never felt like this before. My heart knew that I couldn't.
Oh.
And then you take me in, and everything in me begins to feel like I belong, like everybody needs a home. And when I take your hand, like the world has never held a man, I know I cannot heal your hurt, but I will hold you here forever if I can.
Oh, wow.
If I can. And then I learned the truth, how everything good in life seems to lead back to you. And every single time I run into your
That little melodic downturn, right? It paints the song with a little darker of a brush just for a fleeting moment. But everything so far is describing like true love and the need at a human level for love, because we all deserve love. That's why I preach on this channel peace, love, positivity. Everybody deserves it, and we always have a little bit more to give. And when somebody else is hurting, we may not be able to heal their hurt exactly, but love can still permeate that space. It can still hold the environment in a warm cocoon, right? Even if, you can't solve the problem right away, you have the safety to know that you are cared for and nurtured for, and you won't be abandoned, right? If you think of all of the innate human needs and some of the needs that bear themselves out in the confines of a relationship, whether it's friendship, romantic, one between your parents or siblings, all of them count, and all of them are dyadic, right? They are all one-on-one relationships requiring love to exist within each and every single one. And I love that she's just willing to be there. It's really a simple message, but it is hard to enact all the time. It's simple but not easy.
every single time I run into your arms, I feel like I exist for love. Like I exist for love.
Oh, and just an acoustic and her voice, all you need.
And only for love.
It's very
I
pleasant.
can't imagine how it is to be forbidden from loving. 'Cause when you walked into my life, I could feel my
I could dissect every one of these lyrics. I love that ocean in my veins, an ocean of love. Obviously, an ocean is incalculably, well, maybe scientists know, but for my sake, incalculably large amount of fluid to inhabit the little veins that we have, all considered. And it's love, right? Again, overflowing with love. As individuals, we reach out for love, but we're also capable of loving another. But really also, and something I also make sure to convey, is loving oneself too is, I think, maybe the pivotal first building block to really honing yourself and coming into yourself. It's almost a bit of a weird specimen we are as humans, because, you know, when we're younger, we are who we are, but we continue to grow into who we are, right? And it's a very dynamic, but over time we become more prescient, more cognizant of that process of becoming the self. And, you know, as the prefrontal cortex develops more, things logically start making more sense, but also you become more aligned with the self emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, physically. All of that becomes more aligned, more self-actualized, if you were to use what Maslow's hierarchies terminology. And the truth, the fundamental truth, is that at the top of that mountain, but technically also at the bottom of that Maslow's hierarchy, is a requirement for love. How can you feel safe if you aren't loved? Now, obviously, if you need sustenance, that's an entirely different thing entirely. Forget some of the words that I'm using here. I'm doing my best. I also really loved that line. It was... oh gosh, what was the line? Let me pull up the lyrics real quick so I have it in front of me. Oh, I can't imagine how it is to be forbidden from loving. It's sort of like a gentle call out of some situations where others are not allowed to love each other, right? If you look at different cultures around the world, certain forms of love are not widely accepted. At least that's where it made me think of, but you could even think of it more abstractly, in the sense of some people's relationships are looked down upon, whether they should be or not. Really, it becomes a case-by-case basis, but they are then forbidden from loving, which that feels just like a crazy concept. Forbid someone to love. One of the major forces for evil in this world are the forces that prevent us from truly being able to love ourselves and each other. Look out for those forces.
In my veins, and you'll be diving in like nothing is out of place. And we exist for love, and only for love.
Da, 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 da.
And I love you.
God, it's gorgeous.
I love you. I love you. And I love you. I love you. I love you.
Isn't that just the most beautiful I love you you've heard, at least today? Definitely take a moment, text your favorite person in this world, I love you. If they're next to you, say I love you. Just put more I love yous out there in the world. I love you. There you go, see? Exist for love. Maybe a different thing to think about too, not to like contradict Aurora, but exist for love, exist to love. You can think about it that way as well. It's a beautiful song. Just acoustic guitar, just voice. It's so captivating, and hearing her just repeatedly say, I love you, I love you, I love you, at the end as the message, it truly shows that she embodies the message through her performance, lyrics, music. I love it. She's just so connected to us, to the world, to herself. Let's keep it going. Let's check out the song Queendom Come, this live performance, which we saw the music video. I wonder how she's going to do it with just the acoustic guitar, if that is the arrangement here. We'll see.
The underdogs are my lions, the silent ones are my choir. The women will be my soldiers, with the weight of life on their shoulders. I drink until you've had enough. I drink from your hands. I will be your warrior, and I will be your lamb. To Queendom come, to Queendom come, my Queendom come, my Queendom come, the seaways are my evening gown, and the sun on my head is my crown. I made this Queendom on my own, and all the mountains are my throne. I drink until you've had enough. I drink from your hands. I will be your warrior, and I will be your lamb. So Queendom come,
With the
to
drums
Queendom
here.
come, my Queendom come, my Queendom come, I hum the grounds.
You know what's interesting about this song is that, it kind of plays on some of the prior motifs, right, that Aurora likes to use, whether it's referring to her fandom, like the warriors and weirdos, Queendom Come being a warrior or a lamb, but it also refers to one's own mental well-being and state of mind, because what is the kingdom in this? Is it a literal kingdom? It could be, and I think you could find a way to crowbar the lyrics in that literal sense, but I think what makes more sense here is that the Queendom Come, that kingdom, that queendom, is the mental one that we all have within. So I can be a warrior for the mind. I can also be a lamb and more pacifist and give more grace to that mind as well. I can exert discipline and force. I can also exert excess love and nurturing. It's both elements that play vital roles in nurturing the mind and watering the mental garden, so that life can be made easier. And then just the folk-esque singing that Aurora always seems to kind of append towards the end of her big choruses that allow that full-on release of emotion. I think it's, two things. One, very emotional and powerful, but also two, very smart from a structural perspective, because if you think of the way us humans, sometimes we need to go through the healing process is through complete just exhumation of all of the emotions in our body, whether that's screaming, shouting out, working it out in the gym, crying our eyes out. There's always something bottled up inside that deserves to just completely be flushed from the system. And that sort of folk-like singing she does in a sort of literal sense serves that purpose. You're allowed to then rid those emotions in that climactic portion of the song.
For empathy, and I hate the way it hides from me. With care and thirst I have become. You have a home in my queendom. You have a home in my queendom. You have a place in my queendom. You have a home. So queendom come. So queendom come. My queendom come. My queendom come. My queendom come.
Wow, the harmony.
Our queendom come.
Oh, I love you very specifically.
Thank you so much.
That's amazing. Well, there you have it. Exist for love, Queendom come. I mean, every Aurora song is going to move you. It certainly moves me. I love this live performance because the energy is always there. And it feels almost like counterintuitive for the soft, well-rounded, very fairy-esque Aurora to be able to perform so powerfully, but it also, even though it subverts that expectation, it almost drives the message home even further that somebody in a quote-unquote unassuming position, right? You may not view Aurora visually as a warrior, like compared to, let's say, I don't know, pictures of like Vikings or WWE wrestlers or, whatever archetype of strong warrior that we envision. Warriors take all shapes and sizes if they are fighting for a cause. And if the cause is like unity for the world, loving all of ourselves, each other, that makes you a warrior. Absolutely. You don't have to be physically violent to be a warrior in this respect. It all really depends on how you define what that looks like. So if you were to talk about it from an absolute sense, like, okay, if we were literally to march off into war, I would keep Aurora extremely far away from physical war, but also, we've seen many movies, right, where the unsuspecting, unassuming character is the best fighter, even in physical combat. But, regardless, let's keep Aurora safe and be the warrior of our minds and hearts. That's where I like her to be, for sure. I really like the performance of Queendom come here as well. It felt, again, like a very powerful performance of the music video rendition that I heard before on the channel. The brightness with which she sings in those folk sections especially, it will always get me. I think that is one of the elements of her vocal performance that always stands out for me. And there's always a smile on her face, right? That's something that maybe is another, I wouldn't even say underrated aspect. You're not really supposed to rate that, but I think it goes subconsciously noticed more than it does consciously. she usually always has a smile on her face, or like a really just doughy, earnest expression. And that's another reason why I love watching the videos and music videos and lives rather than like just listening to the music, because it's the grace with which she moves her fascia in the face or her muscles as she dances. All of it is part of what makes Aurora the perfect musical package. So yeah, that's a lot of things all over the place. I hope you got something from that and enjoyed listening alongside me today. If you did and would like to request a reaction yourself, whether it's Aurora or any other, artist or group for that matter, I'm totally game. You can do so by clicking the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.